Oh well, let's do that.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
it
here
worked!
we are.
Totally unexpected. Thanks, man. I'm so alone. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Well, how are you?
Yes, I think it's better like this.
Yep. So,
Also, we can talk directly.
yeah, it's perfect. And people will spy about our secrets.
The Luthier secrets, the very mysterious
Yeah,
things.
and I think it's the first time we are talking face to face like that.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, it's the first
Yeah,
time. Normally, we always
yeah.
text.
And what time is it in Spain?
Um, it's 10:34 p.m. in the
Oh,
night.
shoot. Okay, 10:34. So, yeah, like in France, in fact, 6 hours difference, right?
Yes, it's same time zone like in
Yeah.
France.
My sister studied in China for a couple of years, and it's like they have 12 hours difference, or maybe
Wow.
13. I think it's just crazy. So yeah, it's like, oh yes, can we talk? It's 1 a.m. So yeah,
Yes, like you have to find very precise
yeah,
times.
yeah. So you were saying grading wood is pretty similar in the classical world.
Is similar to your way to make
Hmm.
grading because in classical world, especially like in the Madrid school or Granada school, which are the two uh, like origin schools of
Hmm.
classical and flamenco guitars, we have like primera and segunda, which are first quality and second quality, which are both good,
Hmm.
but it's like primera is the, let's say, the best quality,
Yep. Yep.
which is if it's possible, very thin grain, very quarter
Hmm.
tone, straight, regularly spaced. Also good tap tone, which
Okay.
is like very important, and good
Hmm.
flexibility, like good balance of flexibility and rigidity. Then
Okay.
I don't know. Also, my English is a
Yeah.
little bit like
Yeah.
that.
In fact, we are only talking about tops, right? Soundboards. Or
Also, actually, all the wood, because in let me find, because I am at home, but it's also workshop, and now I am preparing some woods to
oh,
move,
nice.
some there, some here. I have this very, very nice board of Western red cedar
Oh, shoot.
that
Nice.
my master had, so this is
Wow.
at least 40 or 50 years old, very, very old. And this, for example, this can be considered
Yeah.
like primera
Yeah.
because it has, I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
the medullary,
Yeah.
it has very even grain, like very well spaced.
Yep.
It
Super nice.
sounds it sounds good. I don't know if I can tap tone this easily, but it sounds very good. And
Nice.
um, but for example, let me just one moment go find a couple of cypress sides that I have.
Yeah. Take your time. No rush.
Yeah. So these are already bent and glued to the. How do you call it? We call it culata, but is it tail block? Maybe.
Yeah, end block
And
in the steel string. Yeah. In French, it will be bloc arrière.
block area.
Yeah, yeah, and like the end of the line, the l'arrière, come like the back seat of a car. But well, you know, it is the end block. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Nice.
So yeah, and this cypress also is like
Wow.
very straight, very. Some woods don't get like as thin grain as others. For
Yeah,
example.
I've ordered I've made a classical guitar like 7 years ago. I think it was Carpathian spruce and Spanish cypress, and I got mine at Allied Luthier before they have been bought by Adam Bushwald, and the Todd family still runs that business, and the quality was great. But years after that, I've checked on Madenter and in Spain, and saw some pictures. I was like, oh God, okay, Spanish cypress in Spain, it's totally different in terms of grading because you have not tons of it, but the quality on Allied was great. But I've seen some pieces in Spain that were at Cremona in 2017. The Madenter were here, and I was exhibition. I was in the exhibition. I brought a couple of instruments, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay."
Yeah. Yes.
You know, they always put their sets under plastic, you know, under blisters. So
Yes.
it was you couldn't tap on it and all the things. But yeah, it was cool to see that because you can see the difference in terms of grading between two different countries. And and another thing you told just 5 minutes ago that you get this wood from your master. This is something, except with Irving Somoji and all the apprentice thing.
Yeah.
The wood you can get from your master, it's pretty inexistent in North America. There are exceptions, of course, but it is very European, you know, with Hauser, all these big families that have woods that are like generation old. And as I was not in an apprenticeship, sorry, all my wood I bought it myself. In fact, they are like the older is like 2013. But so you, when you just get out from the school without anyone, you need to build your stash, and sometimes it's like, okay, this wood is too fresh, it's too young. Young is not the term, but you can't build with it, so you need to find others. Well, it's like the first year we're complicated about that.
Yes, like if someone is selling the old wood, they put very high price to it, and a lot of people can't afford. And that is a problem because a lot of people that maybe have a lot of talent can't make guitars with the same like don't have the same opportunities.
Yeah, and it is the same. I see that with the students that graduated from the school at Quebec. Well, there are two schools in Quebec: Montreal School called Bruant, and the one at Quebec City called National School of Luthier of Quebec. But they changed their name. It's CFCMA. Well, I don't remember the full name, but and when I started my workshop, well, January 1st, 2014, I've already started to buy woods, like I've said earlier, and you remember. I don't know if you remember the prices like 10 years ago for a master grade Indian set. It was like, well, $70, something like that. Maybe 90, but right now it's like hundreds of dollars, and the quality for except some small dealers. I'm thinking about Elite Stonewood, for example,
Yes.
or Marvel Woods. Great guys. I've never ordered from them, but because they are pretty new in the not in the wood business, because they have tons of experience, but as fresh dealer, you know, they came in the market like a couple of years ago, and comparing to LMI, Allied, all these big ones, you know,
Yeah.
Madras Barber,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's like right now I'm like, okay, my stash is basically done, but for young builders it's like holy.
Yeah, it's very,
It's tough.
very difficult. In
And
fact, I built my first, like my first two or three guitars with wood that my master's brother gave me, because if I didn't have that wood, I couldn't build guitars for maybe 5 years or more, because I need to buy the wood and I need to let it dry.
yeah, it's awesome. And I remember I've seen a video on a web article of Hauser, and I think it was a video on YouTube, and it was like, okay, this wood is like 150 years old. What?
Yes.
And the thing is, like, they are giving this wood or sell it to their apprentice if they are good enough, you know.
Yes,
And
that
it's
is
not,
something also that happens. Also, like my masters now are selling me some wood that 10 years ago that they don't even let me see
yeah,
it.
yeah. And it's such a great mark of confidence, and I don't remember the name, the word in French. In French, it is reconnaissance.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
know, I remember enough French to.
when you are recognized good
Yeah,
enough to have this wood, you know,
yeah.
and the term is when you are well, forget about
But
that,
you
but
are
you are good enough.
yes.
And so I'm so tired. I've lost every English word I have in stock.
I think we still understand each
Yeah,
other well, so that is important.
yeah, but yeah, and this is something, and the approach is totally different when you have a master or not, because when you have a master, it's like if and this is something I say hats off to the master, because I know about Irvin Somoji,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay, he have apprentices, and they are working on these guitars because it's a workshop. It is the European way to do that,
Yeah.
you know, and when someone is making a mistake, it is costing money,
Mm-hmm.
and the master need to be there, and the other apprentices too, to be like, okay, how could you, who made the mistake, set this up, and we are here for you. I am okay. We will think about that, and it's team. You know, it's a family, and it's awesome
Yeah.
because it's like you are learning like crazy. When I'm making a mistake alone, it's like, okay, I need to set these things, but I don't have a team behind, you know. But
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have friends on social medias, on Messenger, and it's like, okay, how will you do that? Okay, and it's cool.
Mm.
I remember UPS just destroyed two of my guitars in
Oh.
2016, I think. Yeah, the next were totally smashed, and Vincent Cleroux from Montreal the master of the hot high glue. He drove from Montreal, so it's a 2 hour and a half hour of drive to fix these necks up and to come back to Montreal during the day. It's like, okay, what could I do for you? I was like, okay, I'll come to your shop and we'll do some masterclass HHG, and it's like wow, okay, you are a friend. And there are tons of people who did these things to me. So it's like we are a community, and
Yes.
and it is the same thing in France. Wherever you are on the planet, whatever the country you are in, people are here for you, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yep.
It's very beautiful. And it's also beautiful to share the craft like this.
Yes, that's why I want to do some streams and something like that. And well, it's a great idea to pop up and to be like, okay, yeah, let's do it together. And I think I should do that. Well, Michael Bashkin have a podcast when he invites other people from the craft, and it's super cool. But I'm not Michael. I don't have his talent or his network. But yeah, maybe I should do a Q&A after each stream. Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing also because people will be for sure interested to know more. But I think not only players, but maybe also like guitar makers, because
Yep.
We all have different styles and different background and have learned different ways to do things.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And we
yeah, go on. Excuse me.
no, like it's we have also like different criteria for some things or different experiences. So
Yeah.
we all can learn, I think.
And this is something I've talked with Bo Hanam about making videos on YouTube, and it's like, okay, it's awesome, but there will be some people, some trolls. It's like that for everybody. You take a look to Tom Bukovac, a musician from Nashville, one of the most talented guys on the session world, and he have a list of people he have blocked because they are just like AH. I won't say the word because I will be but yeah, and it is the same thing when you take your time to speak in public about things. There will be some people, not trolls, but people who disagree with you, and it's okay, it's fine.
Yes.
But that's why I've never did something like that before, because it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with people like that. I've dealt with some people in my real life, and I'm like, okay, no. But well, they are like 5% of people like that. The rest is just people who are willing to learn, who are willing to share with you, and to be positive and all this stuff. So it's gold to have social media. 20 years ago or 30 years ago, nothing like that. So it was super complicated, and it is the same thing when you are supplying wood on the internet. You have the picture of the set, click, buy, boom. In 2 weeks, it's at your shop.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. It's incredible. Or maybe like, for example, well, you have it closer, but for hand tools, it's amazing that through Instagram I met Andrew, which is know him both, and we can talk, and he can recommend me because I ask him usually because he has much more experience. And knows very well like the steels, the sizes, a lot of things, and it's wonderful that I can ask him, and then he can send me the tools and all of that. it's beautiful. It's very beautiful, and I think that is a very positive aspect of internet. Or now that we are talking and sharing about, and we are on very, very different places in the planet, and we are having a video call, which like 20 years ago it was impossible.
Yeah, and you've made a post this morning, right, about in Spanish, Italian, and English, right, about the tool you received from Andrew. Yeah. So yeah, Andrew Ren, REN, Kanata Tools. I knew Andrew through Instagram because I was buying my tools in Japan directly from a source, and it was like my friend Antoine Lacasse. Lacasse Luthier, Lacasse Lacasse, which is like one of the best restorer luthier like in North America. He's working with many artists and steel string or classical or romantic guitar. Yeah, he's just like insanely talented. And Antoine told me, yeah, I've discovered a guy on Instagram, Andrew. Yeah, he have like the most beautiful pictures of Japanese tool, and he's nice.
Yeah.
So it's just because he's like super talented about many things. It's just insane.
Like one of them. I really love the photography of Andrew. He makes very beautiful photographs. Yeah. Not only the tools, also like when he's traveling or something, or he's an amazing photographer.
So I started to buy all my tools from Andrew because, well, he know all the big legendary blacksmiths. He's friend with many of them, like Tasai or Yamamoto or even Kiyoisa. It's insane. And he came at my workshop because he is living in Ottawa, so it's like a 4-hour drive. No, 4-hour drive from Ottawa to Montreal, so it's like 7 hours drive. And it was so fun, and he have his son with him, and we drink some tea, and it was like, oh wow, it's nice to finally meet. And after that, I was like, okay, you will be my only source, because back in the days I was still buying from Japan, but he have a warehouse in Osaka, so he have a lot of tools in Ottawa, but he can bring tools from Osaka, and
yes, he usually sends me the things from Osaka to Spain.
Yeah, directly. Yeah, and it is not just the best quality you could have in terms of steel or whatever, but the handles. I've bought tools from Japan, but the handles were like, okay, it's not the best quality. And when you order to Andrew, it's like premium die.
Yeah, he's very careful with quality, with how things are. And also we can say, which to me is important, he's a very good person.
Yep.
Like, to me, it's not only quality of the things that I'm buying, but also, like, if it's a very good person, I really appreciate that. Because not everyone who is, even if they are selling good quality, I don't know, tools or woods or whatever.
Yep.
Like some people, it's not that they are bad, but it's like when you find such a very good person, it's a lot more
fun to appreciate what the man or woman will do. And some people who are saying you need to make the separation, to separate the man from the artist. This is something we are some people are saying. I think for me it's pretty difficult. If the person is a bad person, I will be like, okay, it will turn me off.
Yeah, totally. It's the same for me. We are exactly made the same. Yes.
Yeah, because in the end, we well for builders, or I'll talk about builders. Uh, we are not superstars. We are just luthiers. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but it is a niche. It is a niche market. When you are talking about Lutherie to random people, it's like, oh, Lutherie, are you fighting on the ring like a Luthier?
Oh,
No,
really?
yeah. I've heard it like to me. It's like, no, I'm building guitars. What is so the lute, the old instrument? Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, but we are not movie
Yeah,
superstar
no one
or
knows. And like there is one only superstar in Luther, which is Antonio Stradivari, who lived many years ago.
yeah.
He's the only
So
one.
so if you are a bad person as luthier, it's like, okay, well, you are human first. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you. So it's like it is being human in the end. But to come back to Andrew, not just the tools, the sharpening stones.
Yes.
He's well. He is the multi winner of Kejirukai. So it's like without him, I couldn't have my rig of stones. He's the guy. He's the man who built it for me. Well, he told me, okay, this one could be cool. This one could be cool. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's like a tailor.
Yes, like the best thing for the best for your personal work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when someone is making you a costume,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, a tailor, I think,
Yes.
and it's your size, your proportions, and all the and do it like that. So yeah, well, when someone is calling me and say, okay, I want to buy the great Japanese tools, I'm a beginner, and okay, go to Andrew because you will be he will take care of you. And
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And like one of the last conversations I had with Andrew is especially about plain blades for Western red cedar
yeah,
for the tops,
and it
because
is
I was talking to him and like I told him it's a very difficult wood to plane because different reasons. One of them is it's very soft, but it damage the blade
yeah,
much more. Like I can plane beech or I can plane like harder woods for one day, no problem with
mm,
the blade. 1 hour of Western red cedar, the blade is destroyed.
yep, and that's why they use Japanese cedar for Ketsurukai, and the sharpening competition. With
Mm-hmm.
you, that's why they are using that because well, cedar it is one of the most complicated wood to shave.
Yes,
And
yes.
when I visit Jude Not Boom, another great guy from Toronto, multi winner from Ketsurukai, and it's like, okay, he has big beams of red cedar and Japanese cedar. It's like, okay, why would you not use Western red cedar? Because it's just like a headache every time. And
Yes, yes,
when we are
it
building
is.
a guitar, just the finishing step, you've prepared your surface, all is good, all good. You are like, it's 10 p.m. You are going to bed and you come back the next morning and they are like on
Yes,
your top. It's like, but do I have gnomes in my workshop? Who did that? You did, but
I that's, I am really careful when I work with cedar because of that. And it's like I am always cleaning under the top, over the top. like when I am going to put the cedar top on a board, I check, double check, triple check, clean it before I put it, because if it's spruce, no problem. If it's cedar, it can get marked just by looking at it too much, like with your eyes. You can mark it.
There's like some wood, like what I don't remember the wood, the exotic wood from Mexico. We are calling it Mexican crackwood.
Cocobolo, Catalogs,
No, the other one with a lot of, yes, Ziricote. You just take a look at the back and crack.
Oh yes, I hear that. I hear that.
You need to season it like for years, and even with that, the worst part of this wood is the sapwood. The sapwood will crack. It will crack. So you need to take care of it, because it is super unstable. But the sapwood, and even quarterstone wood, quarterstone sets, I've seen that. Even like that, it cracks. And it remember me a story from a builder. I won't name it, but he just closed his guitar body. All the bindings are in. Everything is ready for pour filling. And he came back to his workshop the next day, and the cup of the back was like that.
Oh, like, wow.
Yeah. So
like from this to this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even with bracing and everything. And it's like, okay, I will never use Ziricote again. And so many bad stories, but I've heard good stories too from the guy from the Mainland. But they had their set for years and years and years, because they were apprentices with Sergei de Jonge. So they had some wood from Sergei, some Ziricote, because Sergei used a lot of Ziricote, and they told me no, it was we took care of it well, and no problem, even years after the build. So it's like, oh wow, okay. So you need to navigate between some stories some people have, but the Ziricote is one of the only wood that have. I remember I bought some sets in 2013 of African Blackwood and Ziricote from Hidden Woods, and it was the same. It was the same price, $500 US, something like that, even 600. And years after that, they downgrade their price at like 250, 300 for the better ones. And African Blackwood, you know how it's hard to get, but Ziricote is the only wood I've seen
that
not
becomes cheaper.
Yeah, because it's so problematic, so much trouble. And I've talked to a wood dealer who have like pallets of it. It's like, okay, I want to burn this thing, because it's even the quarterstone thing is cracking, prone to crack.
Yeah.
So the guy just put a couple of pallets in the oven, you know, to drop the humidity, you know, and he just pulled off the pallets, and it was like, oh no, just yeah, awful. So he resaw it in fingerboards or things like that. So yeah, there are some woods like Ziricote, Western Red Cedar you need to take care of. So a bath of epoxy is good, because it will fill every hair cracks, and but you don't want to have epoxy in the center of your wood, because it will sound like
it will destroy the sound. Yes, it becomes a wood like only for aesthetic thing.
You need to build laminated with this kind of wood, because it will be, or you'll have some, even if the guitar is just good, perfect outside of your shop, it could be so much trouble, because so many customers don't know about humidity. Well, in the high price market,
yes,
people know about that, but not everyone. And even some people who are buying like $1,000 of guitars, like 10,000, It's like, okay, take care of humidity. Yes, yes, I will do that. And you see the guitar back with cracks and, oh, no, I was okay. No, it was not. Yeah, we have clues, we are like detective as
Yes,
luthiers.
we know when it's like
Yeah.
that. Oh,
And that's why
did I
we
tell you
have
the
warranty.
story about that guitar? It was incredibly nice set of Madagascar rosewood with
Oh,
very good cedar top. It was concert guitar, and it was selected to be the prize in the first Madrid International
okay.
Classical Guitar Festival, and it was won by a very young and talented girl who was great player,
Mm-hmm.
great player. But at the time, she didn't know about humidity, and she lives in a very, very, very dry and hot place in South Spain. So I build my guitars under very strict conditions,
Mm-hmm.
meaning I usually I learned this from some of my masters who come from a time where there was no technology of like adding or taking humidity.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no humidifier and there was no dehumidifier.
Yes, there are some places in Lyon, in France, at my father's place. He have nothing, and the guitar, even a guitar I've built, the second guitar I've built, like in 2014, there is no OSDs, there is no humidity pack, nothing, because I knew it was safe. But the guitar is just like the first day I built it, and it's like, but
Yes.
because you don't have like heater, electric heaters, it's under the floor, and it's a great apartment for that. So there is not the air is not dry, and
Yeah.
in Lyon it's like the perfect conditions in terms of atmosphere and humidity to not have a problem. You are doing that in Quebec, the guitar will be a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of control. Actually, in Madrid, I am very lucky because humidity well, it is dangerous at a couple of points in the summer
Mm-hmm.
because you can get down to 14%.
Okay. Oh,
But
it is the contrary in Quebec. Quebec, it is super, super wet during summer. It's like you can have 70-80% of humidity in your workshop.
really,
Yeah, it's crazy.
but it's a lot.
Yeah, but if
Like,
you don't take care of this, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
never been in a place with that much humidity.
yeah. So winter
Like
is super
working.
dry, and summer is super wet. So you need to have like humidifier and deshumidifier running. Well, some months, because we are calling that l'été indien, this Indian summer. From like September, the end of August to the mid October, sometimes even the end of October, but it's rarer. You don't run anything, and the conditions are perfect, like 37%, 50%, but it's like September, October. Yeah, yeah, 2 months during the year, but it's 2 on 12. So yeah. So like you, but
Changed.
yeah.
Yeah. I usually build my guitars at 25:30, the moment of closing,
Mm-hmm.
and that usually makes them resist, like down to 20% humidity, they won't crack.
Yep, which is great.
Which is great. and but the problem is that well, this girl was just like 16 years old, and she was good, very talented for playing, but she didn't know many technical things yet, and she didn't have the opportunity to have a good guitar.
Yeah.
So her guitar was like laminated and like thick finish, like polyurethane
Yep.
or polyester. So she never had that problem there, and she didn't know that like a very thin shellac finished solid wood guitar was more fragile. But then I fixed it for her, and she was very happy about it after that. And now she is taking very good care of her guitar.
Yeah. And
It's really not that difficult to fix, actually. You just have to put the guitar under normal conditions for 1 month or two, and the wood gets back to its original shape. You put hot hide glue in the cracks, they close almost with I use magnets to level, and then some restoration techniques I learned from Luthier in Brussels, and they are like, they don't affect the
tone.
sound.
Yeah, and this is the great thing to with French polish and hot hide glue. It is totally reversible. And this is it is not for nothing that every builders like Stradivari and like centuries ago we are using that.
Yeah.
Because it's just that's why I switched. Basically 95% of the glue in my guitars are hot hide glue. I'm just using epoxy for the carbon bars in the neck, and Titebond original for to assemble the top and the back on the rims, and to make my blocks, you know. So not something that will affect the tone. Oh, and the bindings too, you know, to glue them. But all the bracing.
Are you doing it because of the open time?
Yep. Yeah, because my blocks are complicated. I got one here. So it's like I need open time for these big boys, you know.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yes. Is that the end block or the neck block?
The neck block.
The neck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And the I don't have any end block to show it to you, but it is the same thing, laminated with a couple of cross grain. You know, the that's why I have spruce like that. The grain of the side will go like that, so it's cross grain to avoid, if it cracks here on the sides, it will be a nice way to stabilize it, you know.
Yes.
Because the other way, you know, the grain is like that.
Yeah.
So and it is the same thing with the end block. Same thing.
Give me 1 second. I need to get the phone charger because the battery is dying.
Done. Sure. Tell me when it will be too late for you, and we will close the chat, and it's okay.
Oh no, for me it's fine. As long as it's fine for you, I'm having a lot of fun, and tomorrow I don't work because it's like the day before Christmas, so we're going like to the village, and it's
nice.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, I started to take my day off today, and like I'll go back to the workshop like the 26th, after that, one day with New Year's Eve and go back to the job. That's why I'm doing my stream today, because it's like, okay, time to take some time off, because
I can't wait to take some time off to you will be laughing, but I can't wait to get back to a moment where I can just sit in front of the sink, pick up the stones and sharpen and plane wood just for fun.
This is time consuming as hell.
It has become like my number one hobby is sharpening and planing for fun. No, thanks to our good friend Andrew. I really love.
Yeah, and you should follow. So the name of the craftsman is Ivan the Sharpener, and he have a channel on YouTube, Ivan the Sharpener, and one he have with his wife. Her name is Yuka, I think. So it's Ivan Yuka, something like that. So Yuka, Yuka, or maybe 2U. I don't remember. And he is one of the best of the world. Like he's sharpening like blade katanas and knives, chef's knives, and he's ending the sharpening of a knife that has been made with tamahagane.
Wow, beautiful.
And all with natural stones, but he's using synthetic stones, because I do that too, because some synthetic stones are just incredible. And you can see the result with all the patterns of the steel of the jigane and hagane, and it's like, whoa, okay. And it's during the last video he made, he have like a couple of steps to do, like 2 or 3 stones left to complete, and he's like, okay, there are lines I've seen like yesterday, because a couple of spots, a couple of holes in the Japanese natural stones, and he need to go back like two step before in terms of grit, stone grit, and he's like, well, this is natural material, so there are things like that. It should not be a problem on other blades, but on this one, it's just an issue. And it is the same thing when you are doing something in Luthier, and you are like, okay, some problem appeared. No, I need to go back 2 steps before, or to just, okay, this piece is not good enough. I need to it won't go in the bin, because we are like,
we are very, very, very crazy about the quality. Yes,
and we keep every pieces of wood. Let's be honest. We have an issue as builders. I have a couple of boxes right there with like veneers and some things like that. Yeah, I'll use that in the future. Nah. It's in the box for years.
Boxes like this, full of pieces like this, very small, very.
Like, no, I'll keep that.
Work, they are very useful. That's a good thing. For repair work, they are incredibly useful.
Yep. And you label which guitar it come from, and if you have a crack or something like that, you check on your box, and it's like, okay, this is this spruce, so I can make a
yes.
In French, it is une greffe. A strip of wood inside the crack. You glue it, and it's like, it's
yes. In Spanish, it's enchuletar.
When I was in college, I had like a Spanish in second language and English in first, and I forgot everything. I'm just like, hola, ¿qué tal? And that's it. So, but it's a beautiful language, Spanish, Italian too, all the Latin languages.
Yes.
It's like awesome, but super hard to learn.
French.
Yep.
Also, French is very beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
before
but
I forget to tell you about this, because you told me you are using cold glue for like this part and this part, right?
yep.
If you want, I use 100% hide glue, even
Mm-hmm.
on all of that, because there is a technique that leaves you a lot more open time,
Uh-huh.
but usually it was not exactly completely lost, but there were like here in Madrid like one or two builders that still know it, because
Mm-hmm.
when cold glue started becoming famous,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of builders started using cold glue instead of
Yeah.
hide glue, because it was comfortable and they could make a lot of guitars. So a lot of people used only cold glue, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people used like 50% cold glue and like hide glue only for the bracing and the bridge.
Yep.
But this technique, we use a tool that I don't know how to translate. I don't know if it has a translation,
Mm-hmm.
because it's called guisopo in Spanish, which is, let me find it. Maybe I have it here. I don't know if I already took it. I think I have it. Okay, so it is this. It
Okay.
is a thick wire,
Uh-huh.
like iron, but I think this one has some also a little bit of steel, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit
Yeah.
harder. And here it has this shape, like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the I don't know how, the cloth,
I see
and you
that. Yeah.
put this into alcohol,
Okay.
and you let the alcohol get inside. Then this is very counterintuitive. You shake it like this,
Mm-hmm.
so that the drops of alcohol fall, and when it's not making drops go out
Yeah.
again, you light with fire,
Okay.
and this fire, you use it to reactivate the
Okay.
high glue from a
Wow.
distance.
Okay.
It is very good because you see the flame, and it's like very like maybe you are afraid because it's a flame like this, very
Mm.
big
But
usually. But you
it
can
will.
put your hand here and you are not burning your hand. You have a very nice heat
Okay.
that is less than, for example, the hot air gun,
Mm-hmm.
like
Okay.
the one you it blows very hot air. That is too hot, and it will dry and crack your wood probably.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very easy to control, and it heats the glue just enough so that when it has become like gel, it becomes liquid and gets into the pores of the wood again.
Okay.
And we use it for the moment of closing the back and for the hurfling, you'll call it.
Nice.
And it works perfectly because the glue becomes once again liquid and gets inside all the pores, and the joint comes tighter.
Nice.
So it's very, very useful and very easy and very cheap to do. You just have to practice a little bit with it. I usually when I started learning it from my master, I was like going back home and taking all of those wood scraps that we save, the bad ones, and like trying to glue them and making experiments and breaking the joint to see if I was getting good results until I got used to it. And this is one of the most simple tools, but is incredibly useful. Like also if you are doing a repair or restoration, because we can't use different glues in restoration. We have to use 100% hide glue.
But Lee Valley in Canada, you know, the shop where you are buying a lot of tools, they are behind Veritas. They are selling like big lamps. You are putting it on the wall, and it's heating lamps. So you can have the perfect temperature. It's calibrated for hot glue, I think, and you are just under the lamp. You put your hot glue, and you can close you can do everything you want under the lamp.
Wow.
And it's awesome. So I know Vincent, Antoine are using it, but personally I am just cranking the heater, and with I don't have it yet because my the owner of the apartment don't want me to drill in walls. I can put it. So I am hitting the surface with hair blower, and
yes,
and I have a protocol. Maybe I'll talk about that in the future or during the build, because I'll make some streaming of the full build and the thing like that. But it's super nice. So, but I need to go because I have some important super urgent things to do right now, and it's late. I don't know how long this stream is, but it's perfect. Thank you so much. We need to do that again.
For sure. When you want, I will be very happy to join the stream again. Yes.
And we will make an announcement on Instagram, and a cool thing right now. It was awesome. It was totally not planned, and we will do something with But thank you for all the tricks, the tips, and the last tool. It was a perfect way to end this call with this special tool, but because I've never heard of it, and I think it will be interesting to many builders who are using iGlue. Thank you.
I think it can be interesting, and well, maybe next time I can tell you also about a technique I learned from the Brussels restorer to glue end grain with hide glue, which is the best thing I ever tried. But if you don't have time now, next time we can talk about it.
For sure. Well,
great.
Good night.
Good night.
Enjoy Christmas.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Thanks. Enjoy Christmas, and we'll do that again soon.
Sure.
Cheers, man.
Sure. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. You're welcome. Bye. So I'm alone again, and it was totally unexpected. And I think I should do it again with other builders because it's super interesting. So the first part of this stream was me alone talking nonsense. But well, thank you, Rainier Guitar. Anytime, Luke. You're welcome. So it's time for me to close the stream, but see you again soon for other adventures. And thanks for people who took time to watch it. Cheers. So how could I close this thing? Okay. Yes. Goodbye.